And it starts today with shadow people. You can feel their presence without even seeing them. What looks like someone's shadow on the wall
jumps at me and grabs at me, and I kick him. Mom thinks we're still kidding to this day.
Sleep paralysis. Someone could break into your house and you have no way to get help. Something about it just feels real. This is a specific shadow person known as the Hat Man. This is a figure who, just like every other shadow person, but one distinct feature. On top of their head is a very wide-brimmed hat. Some see a fedora, but most people see a very wide-brimmed hat. This isn't one you generally are going to see just sitting on the couch. This entity is widely connected to sleep paralysis specifically. Now, like I said, shadow people are just shadows. You can almost see through them. It's not very opaque. They're kind of transparent and everything like shadow. The Hat Man is not like that. He's a solid mass that you can't even see through. It's black and just dark. You can't see through. Totally solid mass like a real person is in your room. The upper body is very distinct, almost looks like a real person standing in the dark. Whereas the lower half is where it starts to get a little bit hard to tell and much more indistinct. And because of this, he appears to be levitating off the ground, much like a very, very generic ghost, but far more terrifying. There have been many correlations with the Hat Man, or just very intensely upsetting times in their life. Sometimes a teenager will experience this after his parents are divorced, or a middle-aged man will experience it after his own divorce, or you were just in a car accident and your whole being is just shaken and you get visited. It's just many are noticing this correlation. So if you're very upset right now, stay awake. And because the intensity of these moments in your life, it's very common that your family or someone close to you is experiencing it just as much. And that is why many people are visited shortly after someone close to them has been visited. Almost like a chain of events. If you have been visited, it's very likely someone in your family is about to as well. So if you have been, start texting your family. What's even creepier is that some people who have never even thought of this figure, after they see him at an older age, they realize they've seen him before. They just didn't realize it. It's that figure you remember from your childhood that you never pay attention to. You just kind of noticed and thought it was a family member, reunions or something. You were a child. You never understood what it was. You didn't care. You're a kid. But it's that one person who is always out of view. And like I said, it gets scarier. Now, the Hat Man has a tendency to stay for long periods, standing or even moving throughout your room. Sometimes getting intensely close, even assaulting people and choking them to where they can't even breathe or gasp for air. And like I said, he's related to sleep paralysis, which means you cannot even cry for help. And that is what sets him apart from every other shadow person. They tend to just appear and they're just like they're passing by. He stays for a while. One victim had this to say of his encounter, and it is genuinely nightmare fuel. He said this: "I saw a tall human-like figure, and the figure looked like that of a man. The man had no distinguishable features whatsoever. I could see no eyes, no nose or mouth, only blackness. He looked like a shadow, only darker, much darker. He had a very wide-brimmed hat and a long trench coat that flowed as he moved. He stood there for what seemed like an eternity. He then moved very slowly and without sound back into the hallway just out of view. It's speculated, and with much reasoning, that he actually takes pleasure out of the fear he creates. Which, again, this isn't just some sort of figure in your imagination. This is an entity. That's the difference. The Hat Man and shadow people are separate but close. They are very alike, but oh so different. Shadow people, it's a weird experience. The Hat Man is a terrifying being that you just don't want to meet. And the reason that people think he enjoys it is they have this feeling that he is actually feeding on their fear, as if their fear is going from them directly to him. Some warning signs that he may be coming to you soon are hostile environments, times of anger and rage, or general negativity that is far more intense than you're used to experiencing. And I'm not just talking about situations. If you are just, for some strange reason, feeling intensely upset about things that you are never upset about, or just generally stressed beyond your capabilities, he might be causing it. Some even feel that he is the angel of death in some ways.
She said you were the angel of death.
And then when you see him, he is his own sign that something far worse than what you've experienced is coming, and it could even be death. Now, some accounts do vary, as in some people actually do see eyes. However, they're not what you would think. They're not actual eyes. They're these glowing red, beady eyes. Or some even see solid black eyes, as in they're a different dark black kind of color in comparison to him himself, and they just are a separate color. And it's with this description that creates a demonic presence and understanding of what he is. This is a quote I found from the Strange Accounts website. I'll link it in the description. This seemingly dark presence is known to cause or be attracted by hostile environments and aggressive behavior. Those who see him are often witness to domestic disturbances and family breakdown, noting a tangibly negative atmosphere, sense of dread or hopelessness. For this reason, many have labeled the spirit a demon, an intelligent haunt, capable of both physical and psychological manipulation. The Hat Man may well be able to oppress those it comes in contact with, seeming to lend credence to this theory, the theory being that he is a demonic figure. Okay, so as I was wrapping this up, I actually forgot about something pretty significant. So my brother Trey, or Suncracker0, if you know, he has had experiences of his own with sleep paralysis. So naturally, we're gonna go talk to him about that. Believe it or don't, here's what he has to say.
Are you the makeup girl?
In my mouth. Oh shit, you're recording. I'm here to tell you spooky stories. Is that what we're doing? Do I look directly in the camera, or is that frowned upon?
Look directly in the camera.
Am I breaking the barrier by looking at you?
You're talking to them.
Hello, you. I'm Trey McAfee, here to tell you about the latest episode of Twilight Zone. Now, my story starts way back in middle school. I was like, what was it, 2008? I don't know. I'm old as f***. It's been like 10 years ago. Twitch hoodie, I know. Yeah, I'm sure you've noticed. Not spooky. Twitch.tv/ we'll move past that. It'll be in the description. Any Hoosier. One morning, I wake up. I was doing a fright. Still quite afraid of the dark. Not so much now because I'm a manly man. As you can see, I get these lights on me. I always have these lights on me. It's always this bright. I actually live under Ethan's bed. A lot of people don't know that. Fun little behind the scenes fact for you people. So, one morning, I wake up with night before school, and I can't move. And I'm just kind of looking around. I'm like, okay, this is new. Clearly, nightmare. You know, they happen. They happen as kids. You get spooked. You see like Barney slashing. You see Bloody Mary, and you see like Hogwarts, but like on crack cocaine. This was different. It was very real. I was breathing. I heard people walking around in the other room, and I noticed my alarm clock says it just turned to 4 a.m. 4 a.m. Like exactly. I'm like, huh, cool coincidence. Then I hear this like dragging, just like. You probably can't hear that. Ethan will do some ASMR for you. Just like that. So I wake up, and I hear the crawling, and suddenly there's a woman on top of me, not in a sexy way. Like it's not no Riley Reid, it's not no Bonnie Raitt, and this ain't no 3-woman. Anyway, she's on top of me, but very ghastly. Like thank Mama, Ethan. Boom, picture of Mama, that bitch, but shadowy. Not a lot of face. Then there's teeth coming out of shadowy face, and it starts digging intestines out of me, and I'm seeing my intestines coming out. I can't make any noises, but I can dart my eyes around, but I can't close them. It's very weird. I was like winning the worst staring contest in my life. Like you wouldn't believe how easy the staring contest was, and I didn't want to win it. Like this wasn't like kindergarten rules where it's like, hey Johnny, you can have my sack of rocks if you stare the longest. Like it was not that good. Fucking awful. Then I woke up. And by waking up I mean I could move and things were gone. Like it drug itself away and then I could move. And that was that. And I was like, well, that was fucking weird. Hopefully it never happens again. Next morning, 4 a.m. on the dot. Same exact encounter. This happens 4 nights in a row. And it gets progressively worse to where I start like dreading going to bed. But it still happens no matter when I go to bed, I wake up at 4 a.m. On the 5th night, when I wake up from it, I'm like in the corner just... Oh, let me give you a visual. You need the CGI where she's like, you know, you got all you need to like really put her... And then I wake up, and it's just, you know, I'm just gonna perch in the corner here because nothing can get you in a corner. That's a fact of life. Somebody's trying to kill you, boom, a corner. Safest place in the house, the corner. Which corner? Every god corner. And so I've just woken up, and now I'm in the corner, and again I hear, but now I'm awake. I'm fully aware. I am breathing. I am blinking. That's the coolest. You ever want to really feel how much you take blinking for granted? That was 4 right there. Roll the Troy blinking clip. He loves to f***ing blink, and now you know why. Because sometimes you can't blink. You win the staring contest, you don't want to win. now fully self-aware, not in dream mode, it's now 4:02, and I hear underneath me. And so I start screaming, because I don't know what's happening. People come in. I'm now like 15 years old this time. How old is our middle school kids at the peak of middle school? 12, sleeping on mom's floor. Because mom's floor, you thought the corner was the safest? Mom's floor is like 4 corners and 1. Now I know what you're thinking, 4 corners and 1. That's a bedroom. After that, never happened again. Never a once. 5 days in a row, 4 a.m. every day, and on the 5th night, I actually, like, swear to God, I was maybe just dreading, or just, like, it got in my head, that I heard something just crawling out from underneath my bed, right as I felt it creeping up to my f***ing face in this pitch black room. Parents run in, what the f***'s going on? You tell me, where are they now? I'm John Krasinski. And this is ABC News.
Did you get it?
People, sleep paralysis, and the Hat Man. And we've heard both stories from my brothers. And lastly, my story. So in the past, I've definitely had minor experiences with shadow people. There have been times where I've seen some movement in my peripheral vision, and I looked over and nothing was there. And like it's been said before, things like that generally have happened when I'm home alone. Sometimes it gets even scarier and happens more because the fear grows as I give it more attention, which once again lends credit also to it being imaginative. And that's the thing, I'm not trying to say it's fake or real, I'm just saying the theories and things that are said about this and my own experiences, I believe it is real. If you guys saw my Halloween video, I briefly mentioned an experience with a shadow person.
And saw some black thing.
In this bit, I was joking about it, but at the time, I was not laughing. It was probably half an hour after the sun had set, so I was making ramen noodles in the kitchen, as usual.
Quality and great tasting ramen noodle soups.
And I had my back to everything in the kitchen, to the walls, to the doorways. I couldn't see anything behind me. And it was at this time, I noticed a figure about shoulder height to me, around like 5'6" or so. And it could have been taller, but if it was definitely hunched over, which is even creepier to think about. Whatever it was, dashed or maybe even lunged around the corner of the island in my kitchen directly to me. And immediately I spun around, and as I did, it was as if it either ran past me or it just vanished. So I spun around to find myself once again alone. And that is my biggest experience that I can think of that I know was a shadow person. I've never experienced sleep paralysis, which I'm so thankful for. And honestly, I hope I never do, because I could not handle that. I already don't sleep very much, and that would just make it impossible. And also, I've never experienced anything with a Hat Man. I seriously hope I don't, because that sleep paralysis, Hat Man. Like, that's just something I can't even imagine experiencing. Alright guys, so that wraps up this new type of video that I've started today. I hope you enjoyed and aren't too scared. So if you guys really did enjoy this video and want me to do more of these, leave a like, because that's how I know that you guys want to see more of these videos. And subscribe for new videos every Monday now instead of Fridays. Also turn on those post notifications, it's that bell. That way you never miss when I post, because believe me, you don't want to miss a video. And please comment down below any sort of urban legends you want me to cover next. We can do ghosts, aliens, and I'm still bringing back conspiracy theories. Don't worry, those are in the works right now. That just takes a lot more research to get prepared. Please leave those down in the comments below, and I will look into them, and I will happily cover some. And if they are certain ones like the Boogeyman or Bloody Mary type things, on those sort of ones, I'm planning on also doing like the tests. When I talk about Bloody Mary, I'll actually do the Bloody Mary game. Or there's other things like the Boogeyman. There is some sort of stuff I've looked up that can summon him. And so like we can actually put them to the test. So that's another thing I want to start doing. Yeah, if you guys want to see those as well, please leave a like, let me know. Alright, see you guys next week. What's on my camera?